Hi, David here with Futures Trading. I want to go over this goal. Okay, now I told you I wouldn't come back unless they do something drastic, and so this within the scope of being drastic, in my opinion. So I'm back. I plan on coming back sometime next week and just see if they can go down and break that zone down there, but they weren't able to do that as of yet. So this is where we were at the last time that I shot the video. And if you haven't watched the video and you want to get caught up with what's happening here, the last one I shot was here, and I said big moves happening. Again, there's the drop in the header there. And also, if you want to watch some live trades, this the FOMC. I traded that. Here's the open. If you want to see that, you can go and entertain yourself with that information there. Um, I appreciate all the followers. Let me say this. I appreciate all the subscribers, the followers, the people that have liked the channel, the people that have liked the channel. I see there's a lot of views here, but there's not a lot of support. Okay. Um, I do this, with the intent of making trading simple for people. So maybe the stuff that I'm presenting is over, essentially just over the top too simple for those that's watching the video. So you don't show the support, or maybe it's not popular enough. Uh, I thank you for even watching the video. I'll say that. I appreciate that. But I would like, if you don't mind, if you do find the content useful, just hit a like. Just hit a like. And if you don't mind, share the video as well. Give the chance to someone else that can benefit from it. Maybe your skill level is beyond the stuff that I'm talking about. And so that's fine, but it may be beneficial for someone else to benefit from something that's a lot more simpler, again, trading is a business and it's repeatable. Everything that I put in front of you, it's repeatable. So it may not have a lot of flair to it. It shouldn't have a whole lot of subjectivity because it's a job. And so if you don't mind, share the video. If it's beyond the scope of your your ability, hey, in a way of it being too elementary, please share the video to someone that can benefit from it. And again, I thank my subscribers and those that have liked the video. I really appreciate you guys showing some support. I really, really do. Thank you so much. All right. Just had to get that little housekeeping out the way. And again, I appreciate those that are showing their support. I really do. And it motivates me to keep encouraging you guys to keep applying the simple things. That's all. So this is what we did. Here is that same chart. All right. So we were stuck here last time. They popped up again. And again, we've been doing this for a while. All right. We've been doing this ever since over here. So whoever's been following and liking the videos, hey, we're going to get this together at some point. They're going to go to where we believe it should go at some point. All right. So they're not down here yet. Not quite yet. And this is substantial. So maybe it may turn into something. And we're going to take a look at the weekly. We're going to take a look at that daily again. And then I'm going to dive down into the intraday and we're going to pick that apart just a little bit using the information that I've provided thus far. And we'll see if you could, see the way of it, I guess going higher. Maybe it's going to go higher. So let's take a look at that and then we'll move from there. So let's do the weekly first. So here's the weekly. All right. So let's take a look at this weekly. Now we're going to use that same hourly chart, that hourly chart coming off that low, that weekly. Now I added the other price patterns in here that I've released so far, just so you can kind of see it all kind of come together. So just from over this way here, we got a no close up here. We got a no close level here. And this is primarily what I guess what they're having a problem with. This level right here on this bar right there. All right. So this bar right here. This is the problem bar. This one right here. All right. Now, all of my bars, absolutely all of my bars, is coded based on the things that I tell it to. All right. So outline, the bar coloring, everything. The blue outline, people really like that. I'm gonna be honest. But even the green and the red, it's trust me, they work just as efficient. And I can even tell you, you might be able to look at the chart and tell you there's a behavior to them. So when they show up, it's a behavior to them. So if you can look at the chart and see, can you figure it out? Uh when these bars show up, it's a behavior. All right. And so I'm gonna let you do that. All right. So take and pick that apart and see, can you figure it out? Now, and it deals with counting just when it turned red and green, it just deals with counting. So if you can, because the market moves in waves, it does. It does move in waves, but that's not why it's being colored. I'm gonna be honest with you, it's not. It's a whole nother reason why the bar is being colored. But when they do show up, it does involve once they show up, start counting. All right, so that may help you out. So here we go. This level here, just a little bit more information may help you out with this. I can't tell you all the stuff that I'm doing to make these bars color and all of that. I can't tell you that, but I can tell you something that could help you if you see it on the chart when I give the alert. So here's the green bar. They dove in the green bar. They went up, kind of held you hostage with this red bar here for a while. There's the blue bar, held you hostage, kind of moved up. There's the red bar, held price for a bit. There's the green bar, dove down into it. There's the red bar, green bar, boom. Now we take off to the upside. We're over on this side. Here's the blue. Here's the green coming in. Then we go up. There's the blue. They kind of fell through that. Here comes the green with the blue. And then now we're up here and we're playing that level. Now, here's the thing that I want you to pay most attention to here. This price level right here on this bar. The close of this bar 63.1. All right, 1963.1. Now, based on the way I code the R's and stuff, the RMs, RSs, the stall and all of that, is how it, how the lows and highs are, relating to one another. So they pushed through this low, but they didn't close beneath this bar's close here twice, and it was immediate. So that 63.1 is important. And you can see they did it again. They came all the way up. That's buying. All right. So they're trying to buy this without hitting this. It's a chance, just a chance that they may mean it this time. Just a chance. Now I can't say definitively that's going to happen because here's the daily. Now let's put this with it. Here's the daily. These blue outline bars, it's giving them problems. It's giving them problems. So now this is pretty good, and tomorrow will kind of set the tone to what can take place moving forward. Uh, that's important. So we're going to have to see where this goes. If they don't want to come here, we just want to make sure that they can get past these bars. Now, if they can get past these bars, go ahead and look for them to get back up here and just go ahead and give you another leg, take off running. I mean, that's how it is anyway. I mean, especially when we dealing with the two leg removal process. And I want to see these bars hold and get that breakdown into this area, but they may be ready to go ahead and turn it right now. So, and that's based on that weekly, them rejecting this price. Now, from above here, we got this that just happened. Okay, a couple weeks ago, we got this bar here, and there's that RM, and they hitting that mid twice and rejecting it. So you're kind of getting sandwiched in from above again, all on this information right here. Simple stuff, nothing complicated, right on the chart. The most complicated stuff is the bars. I will honestly tell you that, but the price stuff that I'm putting in front of you, even this information I'm about to show you now, simple stuff right on your chart. And that's the thing. I want to make you aware of some simple stuff that's right on your chart that cannot be argued. It's not subjective. It's really, really simple. It may not be popular, but it's simple and it's a job. And that's the most important part I want you to take away from this. If you're approaching this as a career, it needs to be repeatable. I can't say that enough. It really needs to be repeatable because if you have a job and you go to work, you're not going from whatever position you're in to another position the next day and then rotating to a different position by the afternoon. You're doing the same job all day until it's time to clock out and go home, or for however many years you've been working at your job. And if you're trying to take this on as a career, you need to approach this the same way. Not a lot of subjectivity. When you go to work, you know your criteria of what you need to do. This is the same thing. And I want to definitely state this. So it may not be popular. I get it. But at the end of the day, it's a job. And that's how I approach it. So let's look at the repeatable behavior. Let's do that. Coming down to the green zone, there's nothing here until they hit it. All right. So they can bounce before they hit it, but I want you to know the red box is not relative on the come when they're coming down. That's why I tried to outline this, and then we're going to look at it moving forward. Now, let me first take the zones off so you can just see the range. Here's the range. All right. And you can just use the range if you want. You can do that. The zones just provide you that hard stop. Really, really get you that hard stop. So if you want to go at it with that, that's fine, and that can work. Now, so that's the range. They've been up all day long. Now let's go back and take a look at it with the zones. All right. So put the zones back from above. If they're coming down, 55 is important. Well, 25 is 25 here, 2.5 there. 19.4, 2.5. 2.5 is what you're looking at down to the 15. So it's 1.5. All right. That'll be zone one. If they go one tick out of zone one, it can go further. All right. So, they went outside of zone two. Zone two is the darker one. So that's the buy side. Coming back up, now you can kind of see this little fluctuation here. If you wanted to just push through the zone, you could have grabbed that. When they pushed up, now you go backwards here. You go from below for the red ones. As they're approaching 2.5, the stop got to be, respectively, if you're doing the statics, it's 35. All right. Now, They pushed up, they pushed to the bottom, and then they came up. There's the blue bar. They pushed down. Okay, now look at the zone because they came from above back into it. All right. There's the turnaround. They came back in the zone one more time. And now, once they start clearing your zones, clearing these bars, zones, or whatever, see if they'll lean back down to 25. They didn't do it. They pushed up higher. Okay. So then when they push up higher, 55, 5.5 is important from below. Here it is from below. Don't pay no mind to the green one. We got to get above it first. And so from below, as they're coming up, 55 is important. Stop got to be one tick outside of 65. Okay. So then you get the fluctuation or the rotation back down. They came back up, hit it again, hit it again. Now these can be scalp trades for you, however you want to trade. It's totally up to you. But you can use whatever timing technique you have. I just have a couple things on my chart. It's not a lot. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's not. Gave you a couple more trades there, and then essentially they end up breaking down. Now, if you wanted to catch it from up here, let's just mark this. They blew through the zones, came through because they actually stopped right here for a second. All right, they stopped right here for a second, and that's from 85, 8.5 down to 75. They kind of held it maybe a couple times, pushed up. Now coming from below, you go 85 up to 95, and then 95 up to 05. Okay, 0.5. From below, they hit the static top of the range, fell out the zone, and that's telling you there's nothing there right now. Came back, hit that zone one more time at 85, and then there's them starting to break down. Okay, now from below here, okay, remember we're going 55 down to 45, repeatable behavior. Here's the rotation back up. Went outside the zone, that's fine. It can do that, and then they fell down. And of course, here they are now. So I'm just trying to outline some of it. Then they came here. They again from above, you're looking for the green price levels, which is 2.5 down to 15, which is 1.5 down to that oh 05. The stop has to go outside of the zones, one tick, and you can again let them come into it or however you're going to play it. They gave you a rotation out, couldn't get back in there. Then they popped up and then they fell into the zone, kissed it to the back. Now this is where I marked some of them because it's getting near that range again. It gave you that move here to bounce right back out of it. Okay, then they ran up there and they kissed that price. All right, so the 85, 8.5. I'll let you see it for yourself. Here's the high, 8.5. All right, kissed that high, fell down, gave you a buy side here. This was a small bounce, nothing too drastic, but that's a bounce. Came back up. You would have been tricked. Okay, you would have been tricked because they didn't go anywhere. All right, so they fell through it. Okay, and they came on into the zone again. They even tried to trick you again. Totally understand. Gave you the resistance. Remember, this is how it works. And then they fell down to the zone. And so from this side coming down, you only look for the red, well, the green zone, not the red ones. There's nothing there until they can get to the red ones. All right, so 2.5. Okay, you're waiting and then when they get down here, see if they'll turn. So they tried to give you a turn again, small fluctuations, but again, you have to consider that they may turn around. They may. No one knows until it happens. Respectfully. So here it goes. They got to this bottom and then they wiggled a bit. Now this is the challenge. Then they fell down. And there's another price level down here. Gave you a small fluctuation from both of these zones. All right, you got to play these however you see fit. Turned all the way up, came up here, ran back up here again. Okay, now this one would have been a problem. All right, because this is that 15. This would have been 15 up to 25. All right, so this would have been 15 up to 25 coming from below. This is actually a sell zone coming from below. This light area right here is a sell zone coming from below. So you would go 15 to 25. Now from above it's 25 down to 15, and that's why it's green. All right. So this would have been a stop out. And I purposely marked that so you'll see you would have lost on that short if you would have tried to play 15 back down to the bottom. Now you got to see what they're doing. They may want to reach up a little further. That's all. They're coming back into the range. So maybe this is of interest, so try not to be too eager down here where they're doing all of that back and forth. And so you would have got the stop out. I want to make sure I show you that. You had a couple of them, on that side of it too. It's all in how you read the range in conjunction with it. Now, if you just want to trade the range, absolutely you can do that. So, But this gives you hard stop placement, and almost to the point where, like I said, there's times where they'll kiss the back of it and offer you to trade. So here's a move back down. They bounced, bounced out of it, came back up, right into now. Now this is the part. 15 up to 25. This area would be that light color red, and then they gave you the short out of the zone. Here's the turnaround. They came down, hit the range. Now this is the range you're playing here because they didn't get back to the buy side. Okay, they gave you a small fluctuation here, but that's not really nothing to make any noise about. To be quite honest with you, but they gave you the small fluctuation for the push up here to this. Now here's that exact hit here. That's the exact hit with the range, the overnight range mid. All right, push down, came outside the zone, but hit the static level. I mean, hit the actual range, came outside the zone. Okay, the static zone hit the range, turned around, of course, raced back up. Did they even push back down into this zone, the first zone here from that 25 down to 15? Pushed up, made it up there one more time, came down here, gave you a fluctuation, and you can kind of get the picture now. So there's the 1 minute, and I tried to pick that apart for you. Now, if you just want to play the range, there you go. If you just want to play the range, there's the mid of the range. Here's the mid of this current range here. There's the mid of the bottom. Well, the bottom of the range. They even tried to pause right here at the top of it. They hit the mid of the overnight range and then took off. Here's the top side of the range, from the overnight. So if you want to play the overnight, you could have done that, and there's the move up. Simple stuff, repeatable though. Repeatable. I have to say, it's really repeatable, and it needs to be. All right. So hopefully that'll give you some insight. I know I never picked apart the 1 minute on I guess on that scale because I trade the Nasdaq. I like the E-minis, and I don't really mess with that gold. Again, that's one of the markets that you have to really have your patience for. I don't have it. All right. Now I'll be the first to say that. Again, thank you, my subscribers. I really, really appreciate you guys for showing the support. I can't say it enough. Thank you so much. Again, it motivates me to give you more content, and I really, really, really appreciate you taking the time to watch the videos, to even hit the likes, to even message me and tell me that you like the content. I really, really appreciate that. It means a lot, and I would definitely do my best to keep showing you what's repeatable and try to get you to wherever you want to be. Again, you can use whatever techniques you have, whatever methodology you want to utilize. But if you don't mind, incorporate some of this foundational stuff. Let's get back to the basics. I can show you a bunch of charts with a bunch of order flow stuff on it. And again, there's nothing wrong with that approach. But if you're not familiar with what's already right in front of you, which is the price and the time, you have to make sure that you factor that in. The thing that they're giving you, the frame that holds the information. It's like a picture, and you're putting I mean, it, you can put a very, very beautiful picture in the worst frame, and it could probably take away from what you're looking at. All right, and that's all I'm gonna say to that. All right, so I wish you all the best with your trading. I'll be back with an update. Take care.